Hello, everyone. It's MDB Modified Darvas Box coming at you with a weekend review here on March 23rd at 4:10 p.m. in the afternoon. And wanted to go through charts and see what's happening. Had an interesting week in the market. Looks like things are getting back on track. We had a couple of rough weeks where the market players decided, they're going to figure out, do they want to keep things going, or maybe it's time for a change. Well, the net result from the indexes that I can see is that no change and getting back to what it was. So let's get into it. For anybody who hasn't watched one of my videos, I'm an independent trader, investor. I created my own unique system based on the book How I Made $2 Million in the Market by Nicholas Darvas. And yeah, I've got a unique view of charts and trading. And and the way I look at charts is I'm looking mostly here on the right side. I like to go through charts rapidly because anything that's a pretty clear signal worth trading usually sticks out and is pretty darn clear. So let's get into it. I keep my stocks here on six lists here. I'm constantly moving stuff around. In many ways, it's a form of relative strength as well. When one list gets pretty sparse and the bullish list gets loaded with bulls, well, you're in a bull market, and vice versa. So let's get into it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask on the YouTube page or anything like that. I'll try to answer your questions, but some questions I won't answer. But I'll try and get most of them if you've got one. So starting here on indexes, right here we've got always at the top the AMZ. Yes, this is a real index. It's one that's out there. My program TC2000 picks up on it. Basically, it tracks master limited partnerships, which are income producing, uh, like closed end funds, things like that, that are in the energy industry, but mostly they pay income. So as you can see, this has been a great area to have money stashed to pay regular income. And I've got some of these, and this is a proxy for it. But as you can see, it's just slow and steadily up, following energy prices. Here's RK. I use this chart a lot to show the signals that show up on my charts. I use colors quite a bit because I use colors to draw my eyesight to when something significant happens. I have some proprietary codes coded into the bars so that if if market conditions or price or things happen that meet the conditions, then yes, the bar will change color. No, I don't really share what the formulas are in it, but I want to, feel free to play around with them if you think it's a good idea for your system. For example, blue bars here are bullish, but they also not guaranteed, they tend to pull back the week after, pardon me. And there's some good examples here on this chart of it here. Blue, pullback, blue, pullback, blue, blue, pullback, etc. Yellows are bullish, whites are bearish. These sort of grays are inside weeks. These orange colors here are hammers and shooters. Shooters are simply inverse hammers. Pink bars here are potentially bearish, but they're also scream pay attention, just like the blue bars. Blue and pink scream pay attention. As we can see here, RK going sideways in a box. Boxes are not magic, they're just framing tools to try and understand market structure a little better. And if Kathy Wood's making money, then we're all making money. And right now going sideways, so I'd say some people are making money and some are not. Oil. This here's BZJ proxy for oil. Look at that. Had a breakout here. Oil's going up. I expect gas prices to go up. Cost of energy to go higher. Here's the NASDAQ. On the oil, really can be a headwind. And boy, it really hurts consumers. But, is it going to stop the stock market? Well, probably not. NASDAQ, We had this long line here is the prior all-time high. You can see right there. Had a pink bar signal right here, a warning that an inside week the next week, which is it's the market saying, I don't know, guys. I'm not sure whether we should go up or down. I don't know. And then look here, we had a resolution. So these are signals. And then what's the resolution to that signal? In this case, we had a bullish resolution to the signal. And but notice it didn't quite go up super duper high here. It didn't quite go higher there, but still that's a positive bullish resolution. Onwards and upwards. Market has made its decision. Ethereum, yeah, look at this. Big red selling. I mentioned this on a chart on Twitter. Right there. 30% off highs in 2 weeks. Yeah, okay, about crypto going to the moon. Well, maybe, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. But this is what I like to do. I like to flip through charts relatively quickly. Make note of things there. The growth proxy, that's a bullish resolution, but not super bullish. But it matches the NASDAQ there. China, hammer pattern coming down. It's not like we're investing in China. I avoid Chinese stocks like the plague. They're just fraud vehicles designed to dupe Americans, in my opinion. And if any of you said, "Oh yeah, I own lots of Chinese stocks," I would recommend you sell them, but that's your choice. I can't force you to do anything. Bitcoin. So you see here, here's this wonderful move here. I owned it from Blue Circle and I sold it here, and I made a tragic mistake in terms of analysis. So, volume analysis. Green followed by red usually means, okay, that's it for now, and all that. But then it was followed by another big green, which I misinterpreted, but what it really tells me now is, yeah, there's a lot more appetite for this than you might have thought. And what happened? From here, it moved up higher, and I missed that part. Oh, well, it happens. Uh, and then here's where they plunging in. All the people who missed the move, they didn't own Bitcoin up through here. Well, what did they do? Man, we got to get this. We got to get into this. I got to own this. And, they're chasers. And, while they may be up a little bit, what happened? Red sell off here at a peak, made a peak. It's now down, and there's no corresponding giant surge of demand coming after this one like there was back here. This tells me that Bitcoin might be cooling off, might need to make a base, but it's probably done going up in the near term. That's how I interpret that. But again, we'll see what happens. Anything can happen, and you play this day by day, week by week. Gold, yeah, there's a potential bearish shooter bar, but gold's in an uptrend, and on what was it, monthly, quarterly, yearly, gold is very positive. That's a bullish trigger right here on the monthly. On the quarterly, look at that. See a bullish trigger. On the yearly chart, bullish. See, it's above the prior bar. So gold has a lot going for it, but how it's going to get there, man, I don't know. It's probably going to drive you nuts, but it's definitely bullish. High yield bonds, nothing much there. And notice here, pink bars are warning signals. They don't mean just immediately sell everything. They're warning signals. Well, what happened? Warning signal. Then the market decided, yeah, it's not so bad. And now it's moved up a little bit. But is it moving up like it did here? No. So many ways you take that, and it's a point where the bigger players take time out to reevaluate. What do we want to do? IGV, that's nothing crazy there. Housing keeps going higher. Look at that. I still keep meaning to add housing stocks to my research list. They're probably gonna just go up for a long time. It's amazing. This one, IWC, microcaps, looks like maybe it's forming a box starting to. I have rules for how boxes are formed, and you may want to develop your own rules, like must have certain things. I probably put that about there, and we'll see what happens. IWM, meh, nothing going on here. Not quite how I'd interpret it for a box yet. Uh, and Darvas himself actually gave good criteria for forming it inside the book. So you might want to look to there when how to draw your own boxes. There's no one right way to do it. There's a million ways to do it. Healthcare finally leveling off, probably because that prick Obama, decided to not screw up the healthcare system today, but it's still screwed up because it's his fault. And that's why we pay much more healthcare than we ever have. If you had bought when the changes were made back down in here, well, that would have been a pretty darn good long-term trade, huh? Let's see here. Transportation index. And boy, moved up, but a little choppy right in there. Equal weighted NASDAQ, going sideways, nothing much there. Gold, we know all about there. QQQs, signal, potential bearish signal. What did the market do? It said, screw you, we're going higher. So it can, a bearish signal, and when price goes above that bar right there, well, that's telling you it's completely disregarded that signal. Reaction is more important than the signal. I'll stick to that. This one going up, that's always good. Anything? Semiconductors. Bearish signal here. And triggers for maybe an hour. Closed down. You might think, well, it's bearish. Well, what happened? It went down, and then the bulls came in and said, nah, screw that. This should be higher. Microchips are still very bullish. So signal, reaction, and then a contra reaction the other way. Trading's tough. Nobody said it was easy, but having tools to interpret it. Interpretation is, an acquired skill in my opinion. But this is how you can read the market. Same deal, S&P 500. Look at this reaction. That says, yeah, we're going higher, people. Same deal there. I expect a lot of bullishness on all the charts. Sentiment, sort of mixed. Sentiment here, kind of mixed, but began to climb again. One thing about sentiment, which I put in here, is the NAM. This is very high sentiment, in my opinion, last couple of weeks. Came off a little bit, but 100? Are you kidding me? You can download a file here, an Excel file, with all the historical numbers. Now, look here, in January we were at 50, and we climbed, had a couple dips. But overall, I think 190s and 100s is still pretty high. But as far as these indicators of sentiment, it's not that bad. Yeah, not that bad. Solar sucks. Always stay away from there. Treasuries, eh. Commercial real estate. What is this? More home builders? Yeah, look at that. Just keeps going higher. Had an interesting bar right here. Resolved higher. Signals, then reaction to signals. Energy. Like we saw in oil, energy stocks are now beginning to go up as well. This right here is a box breakout, but it's a little weak because volume's low. But, that just reflects oil. Oil and energy going back up. What do we got here? Financials. I don't see any contra signals or anything to get concerned about there. All right, let's get into the list. List 2. This is big volume textbook box breakout leaders. These show typically the best of the best. And I think we could agree that APP is one of the best stocks in the market right here. Big box breakout there. Kind of a wacky shakeout here, but if you paid attention to it and didn't panic, well, you might have gotten in here, and then it had earnings in here, and ever since then, it's just way positive. What a great one. Yep, up. And what I'm doing on these is looking for signals. BLND. So this was a box breakout, but look at that. Some sellers came in. Apparently, there is a difference of opinion at the moment on what this company's worth, but this is not a textbook breakout. So we will move this one to another list. It had it during the week, but it didn't close with it. This one right here, Bear Shooter Bar. Crap, I own this. Bought it here at the Blue Circle. However, it was a box breakout here. This was, I believe, a secondary of some kind. Uh, you know, it's a signal, but it doesn't necessarily mean sell it today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line roughly right here. I'm going to slap an alert on that line. And now I'll sleep like a baby. And if it hits here, well, then I'll have to make a decision. Do I sell it or do I let it, let it do its thing? I'd like it to be a long-term hold, but, we also don't want to give up big profits too if we can help it. So we've seen a signal, but now we need to see the reaction to the signal. Reaction's more important. Right here, great box breakout on sell H. 3 weeks up, and now sort of a weird rest week. Nothing, not a signal to buy, but just, paying attention to it. Coin's getting pretty wild in here, and we've seen in other charts that crypto is selling off or some sellers, so the fact that coin is this volatile, I would think, you'd want to be paying attention, in my opinion. I might go to a daily time view and look at there. There's a sell signal right here. Doesn't mean daily signals you don't have to react to, but you could have taken that and taken some profits at 255. But, or you could just hold for the big kahuna and think it's going higher. I'd say weekly signals are stronger than dailies. Monthlies are stronger than weeklies, et cetera, et cetera. Let's look at this on the month, quarter, yearly. On the monthly here, anything? Well, that's positive right there. Quarterly, totally bullish. Yearly, totally bullish. No contra signals on any other time frames. So, all depends on your criteria. But you do have a signal on the daily for coin. And that's it. Your choice as a trader, what you wanted to do. Where's coin? Next, CVNA. Yep, I'm long this one. And notice here, CVNA the last month went up and sort of sideways and up. But this one was tough. But if you missed buying on the breakout, are there any other signals to get in? Nah, man, I don't see any. On the daily, any signals? Well, maybe here, maybe here, maybe here, maybe here. But nothing that's been fantastic. They've all been chop city. So, you see what I mean? How the daily signals are, yeah, they're okay, but you're not going to buy off a daily signal and then ignore, the volatility. You'd probably have bought it and then be like, nah, screw this. I'm not going to lose money either on this trade. So no real signals here. The point is, if you were going to be in CVNA, you should have been buying over a month ago back here on the breakout. That's what charts can tell us. This one, yep, going higher. I own Dash. Just sit and bank. No reason to sell. Right here, Deckers, there's a big signal right here. This was, I think, an index thing. But look at the reaction. Higher. Nothing to panic about there. Elf. I own this one. Nothing to worry about there. Geo, box breakout. Boy, it's really beginning to run now. It's had a box breakout back here in September. Had another one here in January. And notice here, just a constant stream of green bars. The buyers just keep showing up. And look at the change in character. It's been moving up slowly. All of a sudden now it's moving faster. All these sellers that were in here have gotten cleaned out. It's probably in line for a much bigger move from now on. But you would have had to buy it and hold it and sit through some really bad days. And I think that's what's key to investing success. Man, the ability to sit and just let things happen and recognize that, yeah, it's even if there's a bad day, it's still positive. And just give it room, let it breathe. Not every day is going to be a great day, but I think that's the key to success. Everybody who's trading every day in and out, they're missing these long runs. Hood here. This is a bit indecisive because it's closing around mid bar, but yeah, it's still positive. This one here, tough one, but positive. Netflix. I sold Netflix right here, but look, it's kicking me in the face, letting me know I made a mistake. Oh well, mistakes happen. Just up. NVIDIA keeps going higher. Look, that's a bullish resolution to this inside weak bar. Moved higher. OII oil, yellow bar buy signal along with a box breakout. Yeah, if you want exposure to oil, you bought on there and you're already up. I mean, are you up a ton? No, but you're up. And it would be a successful trade. This one right here, yeah. Green and then the big red. I would say that means it's going to take a little bit of a break, maybe sideways. Big box breakout. Oh, look at that. A shooter bar. Well, we'll see what happens. This one. God, I missed this one. And it was right in my face, too. Gosh. Well, how to pass up a double? No, a triple. I don't even want to know. SC, I own this one. See, there's a bearish bar. It's not super duper bearish, but look at this reaction here. I probably should have been selling it here, but I really want to own this for the long term. And it didn't come on huge volume, so I just got to let it do its thing. Bad weeks happen, you know? But it's still overall positive to me. So, yeah, positive, but that's a little bit of a negative there. But, you know, if you were buying up at 40, well, you're probably chasing it a bit. And you don't want to chase. You want to wait for a signal. Any signals on the daily? No, that's not a buy signal. That's not a buy signal. Maybe one here, but you would have been stopped out. I don't let stuff go to the negative. If it's looking shaky, I'll sell it and I'll wait for a new signal. There's signals everywhere on every time frame. You'll find one. Uber still sideways after this big move bar, but yeah. Oh, look at that positive. Venom, this is an oil and gas like MLP type. You can see moving higher, pays dividends, pays 5.6%. That's pretty good. I own that one, by the way. I love getting the quarterly dividend checks. Let's see here. List 3. They're bullish, but not textbook style bullish. Moving up. Moving up. Any signals? Look at that one. Well, this might qualify. No, that's not a box. How I draw them. But look at that. New highs. Amazing. Any signals there? That's probably forming a new box soon. I'm going to give this one another week, and then it'll be roughly a new box, I think. Just rebounds. See, last couple of weeks have been really tough. Sell, sell. And now you had this past week of bullish rebound. Not to highs, but not bad. Up. Oh, there's that one, which I'm still classifying as bullish. Anybody own Crocs, ugly shoes? Look at that. Man, we had a yellow bar buy signal, then it futzed around. Then it had a breakout, but the volume was missing. But then it really moved after that. And you know what? If we had missed it and really felt we had to own it, there's our signal right there. Inside week, we would have been buying at call it 120, and we'd be up $20. Oh, there's a box breakout. Textbook one too. I don't particularly endorse this stock because I think it's inducing teenagers who are not equipped to gamble and enabling them to become gamblers. But yeah, it is what it is. It's going up. Dwack attack. Big volume, pink bar. Uh-oh. Well, that doesn't look so bullish. That's a warning signal. I'm going to put this on bearish signals. We'll see what happens after the signal. Ford Motor Company. Anybody buy a Ford? Going up. Yeah, we know about GBTC. Google. Hammer signal right here. If you had bought it, you then got a yellow bar signal, and then look at the gap. See, this is, if you become a signals trader, you start seeing signals, and then you don't worry so much about what price is doing. All you're looking for are signals. If there's any message I'll give you, it's that one. In many ways, I believe signals trading is superior to all other forms. There's a short signal right here. See, inside week, your short area would have been roughly there, which is about 10:30, 10:29. If you shorted it there, you're making money. And that might have been the tippy top. When they say, when do I get out? Well, that's where you get out. The stinger moving up. This one keeps moving up. Yep, moving up. Oil. All right, let's get into stocks that have more bearish looking signals. AMD had a bearish signal right there. And boy, that one's paid off. Look at that. Down 30 points in 2 weeks. Costco right there, pink bar signal, hasn't really come apart. And the reason why is because you had this big green volume right after the red. When you get big red, you think, uh-oh. But nope, the buyers stepped up, soaked up that supply, and now, well, it's not going to go zooming higher probably. At least it's more going to go sideways, form a new box. That's the best case scenario. The Dogger, very difficult. That one we know about. Here's a pink bar, which resolved downwards immediately. Yeah, that's a short. Nothing's going on there. ML, my favorite. I bought this one back in August. Had a great rebound yesterday after a really tough week. Look at that. Great breakout. Oh, a really tough selling week and negated it. And now it's back on the board. Is it big volume? No, but maybe it means those sellers are gone. Either way, I had to sit with that, unless we should go on a different list. But yeah, just my point. Bad weeks happen, Impossible to avoid. Snow, I'm short this. So far, a great short. This one right here. Everybody seems to love this. I'm meh on it. Tesla, I'm short Tesla. See, it's going down. Had an inside week here. If it resolves to the downside, boy, we might see, well, maybe 160 next week. If it resolves to the downside, it might resolve to the upside. If this resolves to the upside, I may be covering because that would be a clear signal right there. Let's set an alert. There we go. And ZS, I'm short this one. Look at that. It's now broken. It's busted the moving average. Just can't seem to find itself. I mean, I don't see any signals which say take the short off. Do you? Probably agree with me on that. Okay, list 5 are the breakdowns, the really bad stuff or stuff where bad things have happened, and they might need a lot of time. I stash stocks in this list sometimes just to keep an eye on them. That one, eh. I'm looking for signals. Are there any signals? Okay, Apple. So this here is inside week, and to be frank, I should have covered it there, but I was at tennis with my mom, so I didn't really have a chance to do anything. And so it went up, and now unexpectedly came dropping back down. Now it's a pink bar, which means pay attention, and we'll see. Decisions are being made on Apple's future right now. We'll see what the reaction to that is. I'm still going to leave this point here as a way to cover. And I'll set an alert there. And we'll see how it goes. I'm expecting that the reaction will be negative down, but it could go up. You know, who knows? Being prepared is very important. This one, ugh. Yep, continue down. Great breakout here, and what does it do? It sells down the next 3 weeks. Nothing is guaranteed. You know, if the underlying is dog shit, well then I don't think I'd expect it to have gone up a lot higher. So this one right here, coal, that's a box breakdown. Box breakdown, yep. White bar sell signal, yep. Coal again. And just sideways. Again, I stash bad things. This one had a nice week, but it's had a number of bad stuff, so I don't see any reason to move it. Ooh. This one was a darling, but this one looks like it's in trouble. No reason to be buying it. My namesake MDB. Look at that. A breakout here, and then 6 weeks of down. Did any buyers who were buying here think that there'd be 6 weeks of down? Well, I didn't, but it did. And there's nothing bullish here at this juncture. Anything bullish? No. Sideways. Roblox. Sorry guys, I know a few of you like Roblox, but that is a box breakdown. There's just nothing bullish happening here. Yep, this one looks... If you're looking for an actionable short for this week, there you go, Rivian. Breaks that low. Sell it. Oh, it's so hard to draw on these low ones right there. Here, we'll set an alert right there. If you're looking for a short, there's your trigger right there. Anything actionable? No. Okay, let's get finally to list 6. A new IPO I want to keep an eye on. Would I trade this one? No, not really, but I'll keep an eye on it. Mr. Bill, yeah. Any signals? That's the question. Any signals? Look at that pink bar. Couple selling, but then we had a green. Yeah, it's not gonna drop down. Is it gonna go roaring higher? No, probably sideways. This one, CLSK, a lot of people like it, but I think this is a giant mess the last month or so. 5 weeks of trading is a mess. I just don't see anything. Obviously, if it hits 21 up here, there's a potential signal, but beyond that, I'll set an alert. Why not? Beyond that, There's also a potential one down here, down at 15. But I don't know. We'll see. Anything else? Uh, Anything else? Solar. Anything else? I stash a few names down in here, which I'll never trade, but like Jumia, am I really going to trade this one? Yeah, probably not. But I want to keep an eye on it. I've got a soft spot. 200 million shares is a lot, though. I think that's too many, but we'll see. MNDY, I own this one from back here in November. It's moving up just fine. And this is that buy and hold mentality that I've got. I'm hoping every trade turns into a long-term hold. Net, what do we got? PLTR, Qualcomm, Rig, That's a decent little comeback in Rig. What I'd really like this to do is form a box structure and then break out of it. But it is what it is. Anything else? Look at this one. Volatility City. Look at that. But pink signal, what did it do afterwards? It tried to figure it out and then decided, it's too high, and now it broke the low there. These kinds of stocks just need work. Yeah, you could trade it, but I'm a signals trader. I don't see any signals. This year, look at this couple of big red volume bars. There aren't any big green bars, even though it's sort of rebounded here. Would I consider that to be a great long trade? No. I'll bet you if the market turns down, this one drops like that also. There's just no reason to be in that. So, again, it's all about interpretation of charts and, what conclusions you make. Probably the last thing I'll share with you is we got some new earnings here, dated March 21st. And currently, we're at an average of 16%. Just lovely green going forward. I'm still concerned about these numbers that are higher, these PE ratios. Here you can see in here, anything above, 25 is a bubble. That's how I do it. On a current basis, we're in a bubble. Is it a huge bubble? No, it's minor. But historically, like for years, in times of stability, like we've got now, we haven't had. Whoopsie, I don't want to move that. In times of stability, we haven't had trailing PE go above 25. Came close. So it's sort of like, why now? But hey, it is what it is. Market wants to go higher. Who am I to argue with it? So hope you enjoyed this weekend review video. And trade safe and have a good week. Thanks. Bye-bye.